What's going on YouTube? This is Ipsec. I'm doing Blunder from HackTheBox, which a lot of people didn't like because of the brute forcing at the beginning, but in the box's defense, the brute force was actually pretty cool. Your script had to be aware of two things. Number one, logins used cross-site request forgery tokens, so you had to be aware of those. And number two, you'd be banned after 10 failed attempts. However, the application would actually read the IP address from the HTTP header if it's in the standard form a proxy would use. So if you put x-forwarded 4 and then a random IP every request, your IP address would never be blacklisted. Once you get into the application, the foothold to get a shell is also pretty darn cool. You have to upload just a standard PHP file. However, the directory it lands in isn't intuitive, and additionally, it doesn't allow you to execute PHP files. So you have to upload a .HTAccess file for that directory to allow the directory to execute PHP files. It's pretty cool. So with that being said, let's jump into the box. As always, I'm going to start off with an NMAP. So -sc for default scripts, SV enumerate versions, OA output all formats. We have to make that NMAP directory. Put it in there, we'll call it Blunder, and then the IP address of the box, which is 10.10.10.191. And I forgot one flag. I want to do a -v so it shows me open ports as it finds it, because I have not ran this one before. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. We do see a port on 10.10.10.191. It is HTTP, so let's go check out the web server. Going to 10.10.10.191. We get what looks like to be a blog. So real quick, I'm going to press Control-U to view the source and see if I can figure out what type of CMS this is, content management system. I see dynamic in these tags, so I know it's not going to be some type of just static page because it's got dynamic in it. But I don't really recognize what this is. In hindsight, this is a hint, the BL-kernel, BL-themes. But when I was first doing this box, I didn't know what that was. I just assumed it was author created and kept moving on. So looking at all this, nothing really stands out. So the next thing I do is I try to figure out, is this PHP or not? So I'm going to search the source for PHP. Don't see anything. I'm going to go to index.php and we get page not found. I'm going to try index.html, page not found. I'm going to go back over to Burp Suite, and we see this is Apache HTTPD. Doesn't look like it's a Windows box, especially because the banner tells us it's Ubuntu. We can also ping it, so ping 10.10.10.191, and its TTL is 63. There's one router between the box and us, which is the VPN endpoint, so it decrements it from 64 to 63, so this is definitely Linux. Windows is going to be defaulted to, I believe, 128, so if I saw 127 here, I know it would be a Windows box. So it being Linux, no PHP, no HTML, when I do my GoBuster, I'm now going to choose a word list that I don't have to guess extensions on because I don't know what this web server is yet. So we're going to do GoBuster, dir for dir mode, HTTP 10.10.10.191, -w for word list, op, sec list, discovery, web content, and I like these raft word lists, and I'm going to use raft large files.txt, and let's see, it's giving us 403s. We want to hide this error code so it's just less pollution in our output. So I'm going to do gobuster-h, and then we can do maybe dir-h. There's probably one to silence a code. So -b, status code blacklist. So in the same thing, we'll do blacklist on 403. And maybe 404 as well. So when you do blacklist, I just noticed something. It doesn't look like it tells us blacklist. So when you do blacklist, you have to specify everything. You can't just specify one of the error codes you don't want. 403 is, I think, unauthorized access. 404 is not found. So we got this going. We have install.php. So I'm going to go over and check out install.php. And we see Bludit is already installed. So I'm going to search for Bludit. And then we can do GitHub. because most source code is always going to be on GitHub. And we see simple, fast, secure, flat file CMS. So this looks like to be what we want. We need to figure out what version this is. So maybe we can check out readme.md. Does that exist on the server? readme.md. Looks like it does. Let's open this file. Are you going to tell us what version? Let's see, installation. Doesn't really tell us the version. Okay, we can close this out. Look at the other files, license. That's just going to be the MIT license, nothing interesting there. So, no way to know the version that is installed. And if we dug more into this actual application, or just guessed, because I don't think it says it yet, there is a /admin. This is something I would just normally try. And we get username and password. So let's go and try admin password. And down here, we get username or password incorrect. So we'll try like password 1. Doesn't work. We could go back in GitHub and try to search around for how it sets the default password. But the default password, I think, is randomized or user set at install. So try a few more. Nothing really works. We can go over and check out SearchSploit. So SearchSploit, BLUDIT. And we have a directory traversal image file upload for metasploit. So we can take a look at this. So I'm just going to do SearchSploit-X, look at this exploit, and we'll see what it requires. Let's see. A remote user could abuse. Is this authenticated? Author. So it looks like we need a username and password with this. So we don't have username and password yet. So let's go back to SearchSploit. This file upload, probably going to be username password as well. So SearchSploit-X on this one. And let's see, we can see it's under the admin Ajax upload files. So chances are this does require authentication. And the other thing I see is there's CSRF tokens, the cross-site request forgery. So if we go back to this login and tell Burp Suite to intercept, make sure intercept is set to on, and try logging in with a password. I'm sure you can guess what I'm typing right now, but we go back over to Burp Suite and we see the login has a CSRF value, and the username is admin, password of please subscribe. Go back over to repeater. We try sending this. And we get a 200 OK, but is invalid anywhere here? Let's see. Send it again, and a 301. So when the CSRF matches, we get the 200 OK message. When it doesn't, we get the 301. So if we have to make any type of exploit, we have to keep in mind about this CSRF value. Let's see. Let's go intercept another password request. So here, we can just type the username and password. Send it over to repeater. And I want to go and now turn intercept off and see the exact message this says. So admin, password. Try to log in. Oh, intercept is off. Login. Username and password incorrect. So I want to go back over to Burp Suite. We can search for incorrect, and we can see this 200 message does indeed contain the word incorrect. So nothing really here. SearchSploit didn't yield anything. So the next thing I'd probably do is search for like Bludit exploits and see if there's anything just not in SearchSploit, which does happen from time to time. And we do see Bludit CMS version 392 brute force bypass protection. So there is apparently some type of brute forcing protection in this. So let's try this again. Let's just try sending a bunch of requests. So I'm not seeing the failed down here. So username, password incorrect. Incorrect. So eventually maybe it will say, there we go, IP address has been blocked. So if we read this post, it's right here. Let's see. This is talking about a thing. Here's the blog post I actually want. That's not it. Let's just copy his name and go. So we can search for Bludit, his name. And this guy's also made a few boxes on HackTheBox. I want to say Node was his. But this header, the HTTP exported for header, I believe we can set it so the server thinks we're a different IP address. So let's try this. Let's go back to the login. Admin, paste something here. IP address blocked. Turn Burp Suite on. Send this request, and I keep going in Burp Suite to do this, so I get a valid CSRF token. So here we have one, and we need to set that X forwarded for, and we'll say 127.0.0.1. And let's see if we get a incorrect username and password or bad IP address. I don't think it's HTTP underscore. I think it's just X forwarded for. Okay, we got 200. Okay, we look for incorrect. We don't. IP address has been blocked. So back to the page and look this over. And I'm noticing it right now. Normally HTTP headers have dashes, not underscores. And looking back at this, I have underscores. So I'm guessing that may be it. So let's go back over to our box. Admin login. Probably have to do that. Intercept on. Put username, password. Login. Send it to repeater. And we'll grab this line. Paste, and then replace these with dashes. Send the request. And we get username or password is incorrect. Oddly enough, I forgot the 0 here, or the 1. But let's just double check a time did not expire between playing around with all this. So attempt to log in. Username, password incorrect. Let's do this again. Let's get blacklisted. The CSRF token really makes it a pain to get your IP blacklisted. Come on. Are you going to say anything? Username, password. Username, password. One of these times, it's going to say IP has been blocked. There we go. So now we verified we are definitely blocked. Send the repeater, log in, go here. And then let's take the X forwarded for, copy, paste, dash, dash, send. And we get username and password incorrect. So we have definitely found a way around the brute force thing. It's just kind of a pain. So the one thing I want to try real quick, if we try logging in again, IP is still blocked. Okay. So I wasn't sure if doing one thing with a X forwarded for header would reset that block list, but it doesn't look like it does. So the next point, we can go back over to our Go Buster to see if it's returned anything else. And we have a to-do.txt, but other than that, we don't have anything. So I'm going to do to-do.txt, and we can see update the CMS, turn off FTP, remove old users, and inform Fergus that the blog needs images. So it looks like Fergus could potentially be a username. So we could go back over to the page. Let's do it this way. And do /admin. We can try Fergus, Bludit as the password. And we don't get in. Oh, IP's been blocked. We do password and do this annoying thing. And we're going to create a Python script so we don't have to keep doing this because this would get very, very tedious. So send, and username and password's incorrect. So that was just with Fergus. So let's try making a brute force script for this. So we can do vi, we'll call this bludit.py. We're going to want to import the request module. We're also going to want to import RE. And the first thing we have to do is define our variables. So I'm going to do host first, and that's just going to be 10.10.10.191, the IP of Blunder. And then user is equal to Fergus. And if you want to make the script more like usable, you could always just replace these with arguments. But for proof of concept, hard coding things is fine. We need init session as a very first variable. And this is going to return the CSRF token plus the session, which is a cookie. So in order to do that, we have to hit this /admin page. And if we look at the source, the cookie is in it. So this is token CSRF. And we just want to return this string. And this looks like it's just hexadecimal characters. I just see 0 through 9 and A through F. So I'm going to do, copy that field. And you could always use like beautiful soup or something, but I just like using regular expressions. So the very first thing we do is get the page. So R is equal to request.get HTTP 10.10.10.191 /admin. And then we can do CSRF is equal to re.search. Paste that in. And then parentheses, because this is where we want the match to begin. This is the data we're extracting. A through F, 0 through 9. Put that in brackets. And I think we can just do a star. And the parenthesis, and the double quote, and that single quote. And then we do r.text, because this is the text we are searching. And we can say CSRF is equal to CSRF.group1. Return CSRF. So let's see if this works. We can just say print init session. Python 3, Bludit, and it looks like we are getting sessions. So the next thing we want to do is grab the cookie, and I'm going to do this in probably a really bad way. I wanted to do this in Visual Studio Code, but my Visual Studio Code is acting up, so I'm just doing it all in VI. So let's cat bludit.py real quick. We can grab this. And we can say r is equal to that. And we can say r.cookies, or r.headers, I should say. And no double and single quote. So if we look at headers and we look at cookies, this cookie could be potentially hard to search. I'm not exactly sure how to search this. r.cookies. Maybe get. And then let's send this over into Burp Suite. We'll try this one thing real quick. It's bludit-key is what we want to get. Is that going to get me this cookie? Oh, it is. So this is how we'll do it. This is probably a better way. So we can say cookies is equal to that, and we can return cookie. I'm not going to put that in plural because it's just one cookie. Okay, so now we have to do the login. So def for definition, login, user pass, password. And we can say is equal to request dot post HTTP 10.10.10.191/admin, and let's intercept a login request. Go back here. And these are the fields we want. And that is going to /admin. So data is equal to token CSRF. Then we need username. This will be user. Then we need password. And then save. I don't know what the save parameter is, but we have it. So the one field we need now is this token CSRF. So we can grab that by just doing a CSRF cookie is equal to init session, like that. Alternatively, we could just move this code into login. It's up to you how you want to do it. CSRF, like that. And we can say data is equal to data. I'm also going to do a proxies variable for debugging. And it wants HTTP 127.0.0.1.80.80. So now on this request, I can say proxies is equal to proxy. And we can do login, IPsec, please subscribe. And we should be able to get this login request. Here, clear intercept queue. Run it. We got CSRF, username, password. We don't have the session yet though. We forgot to add that. So if I do this, it's still 301, it moves us. So we need to put the session inside of the script. So back up into this. And just like we did data, we're going to do cookies. So cookies is equal to a dictionary. And let's see. What is the cookie? Bludit key. And then cookie. And here we can do cookies is equal to cookies. And let's clear this proxy, the background. We're save. Let's see. Oh, I put an I when I was trying to just put this on a new line. Okay. Man, it's got a lot of other requests going on. So now we got the cookie as the Bludit key. We send this to repeater, and we are still getting moved permanently. So we screwed something up. Everything looks fine to me. So let's try this one last time. And then we're going to intercept both requests and step through it. It's still moved permanently. So token CSRF like that. Do we have a field? Go in the history. Token CSRF. Let's just intercept a request real quick. Proxy, intercept on. Maybe we need this referral. So I'm looking at these two. It's going to copy this. Is that really what we wanted? Yeah. So we're both posting, we're posting to admin/login. So let's try that. So admin/login. Turn intercept on. Go to repeater. We got 200 OK. We send it again, we get the 301. So everything is good. There's one thing I just noticed that I want to clear up. And I want to convert these to be variables. In case the IP changes. Host. Like that. Okay. So what we probably want to do is tell request not to follow anything, because we want to be able to see a 301 or not. So let's go to Google real quick and just search for request do not follow link. I know it's a variable within this module. Python to not follow. My internet is going awfully slow right now. Let's see. Allow redirects false. This is the option we want. So we can say allow redirects false. And if we go back into a request module, so import requests r equals request.get 10 191. So r dot by status code is 200. So we can say if r dot status code does not equal 200, return false, else return true, and we also want to print user password. Oh, that's not exactly what we want. Hold on, I got ahead of myself real quick. Status code 200, print CSRF error. So we can run this. That works. Let's edit this to be just static. So this token CSRF should not work anymore, and it fails. So we know we have got around that. So now the last thing we have to do is see if the username and password exist, and if I think it's just incorrect. Let's see. Go back over to repeater. Do we have any responses? We don't. Proxy. It is password incorrect is what we're going to search for. So we can say if password incorrect in our.text. This can be an else if. Print. Oh, we'll just do nothing. We'll return false. And then if we make it down to here, we'll say print user password. Return true. So when we run this script, nothing should happen because we don't have a valid username and password. But this should be able to brute force now. So we have to build a word list. So let's just build a word list off of this page. And to do that, let's use cool. So cool, we do have it. Do I just give it the URL like this? And we can say words. Cat words. WC-L, only 350 words here. So we can say word list is equal to open words and maybe dot read for line in WL, print line. Let's see if this works. That does not. So let's see. Maybe it's read lines. There we go. Let's see. Line is equal to line.strip. We don't want the trailing line. So that should be fine. I don't know why it's printing this. Something weird just happened. Let's see. Let's print our .text here, because we should not be hitting the state. So print our .text, because it should get this password is incorrect. Oh, no. I thought it was because of the proxy, but no. Proxy is equal to, or proxy is equal to proxy. We can run the script again. It's going to send this, go to repeater. Oh, IP has been blocked. So we forgot to do the exported for header. So let's see. Actually, first, let's add this block detection into our script. So let's say has been blocked. So we'll grab this string, go here, edit, and we can say elif has been blocked in our .text. Print blocked. Return false. Okay. And for the headers, I think it's just headers. We can say x forwarded 4. And we want to import random. Where's x forwarded 4 now? we can say random.rand int 1 through 256 F. Not the most readable code, but oh well. 1, 256. Can I copy this easy? Let's see, go up here. Nope. Oh well, instead of copying random rand int 1 256 random dot rand int 1 256. Maybe that works. Let's just see if this code works to begin with. Random has no module rand it. It's int, not it. I made that mistake everywhere. Rand int. Okay. It's now going back to burp suite, which is fine. So now we can do headers is equal to headers. Headers is equal to headers. Intercept on. And we have x forwarded 4, and then a random IP. So that should be fine. We can get rid of the proxy. Go back here. And we can do login, Fergus, line. And run this, and we'll hope it works. I got rid of the proxy, so we don't have to worry about that. And I wonder how many requests it does a second. I guess we should have put in some like status that shows it working or how many requests it does. But we'll see. So the script finished, and we only got one CSRF error and nothing else. So I'm guessing upon a valid login, we don't actually get this status code 200. So I'm going to move this here. We can remove the CSRF error, and we'll try this and just run it again. So it's probably going to take another minute, so I'm going to fast forward the video and see what that CSRF error actually was. The script's still running, but we got a hit, Fergus and Roland Deschain. So let's try logging in with these credentials. So going back to Firefox, let's go admin. We can get rid of that view source. We can do Fergus and paste the password, and we get in. And we can see this page has become very popular with like 35,000 hits. And we can see all these access denied from us trying to log in, but we're in. So now we can go look at the other exploits. So if we do SearchSploit -x, no, not x, just SearchSploit Blundit. I think I have to update. Let's do -u for update. So when I was recording this video, you may have noticed one edit, and I was trying to fix Visual Studio Code and accidentally deleted Python 3.8. So yeah, it's been a day recording this video. So let's see. SearchSploit Blundit. If I can type. Let's just go exploitdb.com. And I bet it's my resolve.conf. V etsy resolve.conf. Get rid of the black field domain. And that should just be at my internet here. So now we can search for Bludit. Bludit. B-L-U-D-I-T. There we go. The box's name is Blunder, but this is Bludit. Okay. So there's definitely a lot more here now that I updated SearchSploit. Let's see, this web app one is the one we looked at. So you can do SearchSploit-X, and we're looking at this. Post admin Ajax upload file. This is the CSRF, and it looks like we can just upload a file. So let's try this. So let's go back here where Bludit is. New content. Let's do test images, and let's create a PHP script. So v test.php, and we'll do just system, and I'll just do who am I first. Before we do an actual reverse shell, it's always nice just doing a who am I to make sure it works. And we can do browse, go back into HTTP, Blunder, bludit.py, file type not supported. So let's move test.php to test.gif. We can attach it here, and then we'll use Burp Suite. It looks like it auto uploads. I was going to say, and then use Burp Suite to edit it. So go here, open, turn intercept on. So one interesting thing is, it said test_0.gif, so we know it existed already. Let's just change this to PHP. Forward. File type not supported. So let's try this again. Turn intercept on. Test.gif. Go back to Burp Suite. And let's go back to exploit.db. And it looks like it has Bludit input files instead of images. So we can change that. And this will be files.php. Let's see if it uploads now. And we didn't get any type of error message, but we don't know how to access the file. We can test if it just dropped it in the web shell or the web root, but we get file not found. So at this point, I want to go back and look at metasploit. So we're just going to do msdb run, and that has to be run as sudo. And we're going to see if metasploit has the script. Let's see. How did I do this last time? I think it's like cd user share metasploit framework, and then bundle install, and see if this works. Hopefully this installs it, but the main thing we want to do is run metasploit and see if this gives us any better idea on how to exploit this. And then we'll try exploiting it manually, just so we know exactly what metasploit did. But there's no reason ever not to use metasploit, especially if it's going to help you do the research. So we can do search, Bludit, use 0, show options, show set Bludit pass. Let's see. we grep words for anything that begins with capital R, we should see it. Roll-in dash chain. This was the password. Set Bludit user to Fergus. Set our host to 10.10.10.191 and set proxies to be HTTP 127.0.0.1 It's just type host port. So go back to Burp Suite, turn intercept on. We have to set reverse allow proxy true. Run it. And it's running on the wrong handler, but doesn't matter. So we got the page to get our Bludit key. We log in. Now we're going to the dashboard. We're going to new content. We're uploading an image. So the file name is .png, images.png, dropping a nasty PHP script. I don't know what this UUID is. Okay. And then the next thing it's doing, looks like it's adding a .HTAccess file, rewrite engine off, add type application xhtpd php.png. So this is saying PNG files now execute as PHP. And that's it. We don't see the last request probably because if we look at our request, let's see. Intercept server response only when content type matches text. We can get rid of, not that. It's the client request. Intercept request when file extension is not an image, JavaScript, or icon. So we could get rid of that, rerun this exploit, and then we should see the final piece. Oh, whoops. Turn intercept on. So we upload the script. We upload HTAccess. So we say, hey, PNG files are now PHP. And then we're getting BL content /temp/ the image. And that's the exploit. So let's try mimicking that and doing a reverse shell without using metasploit. So what we need to do is get a PHP shell. So I'm going to do cp user share loadnum, then PHP, and we'll say PHP reverse shell.php. This will be image.gif. We're going to use GIFs instead of JPEGs. So let's look at this. Take copy. vimage.gif. Okay. And we're just going to set our IP address. And I think we are 10.10.14.3. And we'll set the port to be 9001. And then we're going to upload this web shell. So let's go back to our session. /admin. Images. And the file we want to upload is going to be image.gif. And I think we have now uploaded that. So now we want to upload a HTAccess file. So let's just create this. And let's go back into Burp Suite to see exactly what it did. Right here are the two lines. Oh, come on. There we go. So this will be .gif. So let's upload this file now. Browse. Oh, it's not showing me hidden files. That's annoying. So before we do that real quick, let's go to BL dash whatever it was. Where's the image request? admin. Maybe we should run metasploit again because I'm not seeing the directory. Do we have it here? BL dash. I wonder if it was themes. Let's just run metasploit again. Run. Target. Proxy intercept on. Next, next, next. Upload image. Okay, BL content temp. This is the file we want. So if we go here, and what do we call it? Shell.php probably, or shell.gif, image.gif. We get file not found. Let's see, less image.gif. That's what we did. So let's try uploading that HTAccess file. So let's cp.HTAccess to just be HTAccess so we can see it. Intercept is on. Go back to the page. And now we're going to upload it. But first we have to make sure Burp Suite is on. See, file type not supported. So move HTAccess to HTAccess.gif. That JavaScript's getting annoying. So now it's in Burp Suite. So we can rename this to just be .HTAccess. Yep. And then image.gif is still returning 404 not found. So let's go back to images. Image.gif. View image. So we may want to go up a few directories because I think it's uploading into uploads. So maybe that's what that UUID was, to go up a few directories. So actually what we want to do probably, show options, set lhost to ton 0. Let's just get this working so we can look at the files on the file system and see where we are writing to. Says session 1 opened. May want to try running it one more time. Okay. Deleted HTAccess. Waiting for the interpreter shell. We got one, so I can just do dir. And I just see test.php. I don't see anything else. So let's see, if we went to uploads, let's see. We can probably do thumbnails. CD profiles. CD pages. So I'd probably upload to one of these directories. Let's see, 2020, 1014. And if I cat image.gif here, we have a shellcode, or a PHP shell. So we have to go up a few directories. So that's why they had the ... temp. So let's try something. cd temp. So let's go back here where we can upload a file. Images, we're now intercepting still. Turn this on. Image.gif. And where's the name? We can say ... /.. Let's try 3. I did TEMP. Shoot. I think it was TMP. So browse. Image GIF. And then send. So we just did 3. And that did not work. So we can try looking at exactly what metasploit did. See, upload images. That's not metasploit. That's not metasploit. Here's metasploit. It's doing UUID. Nope. UID. So 2 directories in temp. Let's try that with file name. And if that doesn't work, then we're going to do the UUID parameter. So image.gif, intercept on, so images, here's this. Is there a UUID at the bottom of this? There is. Oh, so this is the post ID. This is what it's uploading to. So we should be able to find it this way. They just do ... /.. So it gets placed into that directory. But I had copied UUID to my clipboard. So we should be able to find it either way. So there's image.gif. But it was going in, uploads, pages, this. So this is what it was uploading. So let's just go to this directory. So BL content, upload pages, UID. So 10, 10, 10, 191, BL content, uploads, uploads pages, this, image.gif. Burp Suite wants to intercept us. Cannot be displayed because it contains errors, and we don't get anything. The reason why is we don't have that HTAccess uploaded yet. So now let's upload HTAccess. So we can go intercept again. We have to go back to the upload page. Browse. HTAccess. Intercept on. Submit. It's going to that folder. Here's the contents. And we just want to write .htaccess. So now we should be able to see. If we go here, it did not write that file. CD here. So maybe we have to write into that temp directory. Maybe for some reason we can't write HTAccess into this directory. So let's go up 3 directories into temp. And we're going to try to write HTAccess here. I'm going to delete this one. So we're going to try to drop it here by doing exactly what we did. Intercept on. Open. UID ... ./.. And this can be .htaccess. Forward. And we can see we actually wrote it here by doing that same exact thing. And GIFs are now going to be executed. If I cat image.gif, it is a shellcode, or not shellcode, or PHP shell. So if we just go to Bludit temp image.gif, we should have got a reverse shell. Let's see what this is. Go to the very top. I have 3 10s. So let's fix that. And we'll do 2 10s. Everything is going wrong with this video, but it's going to get done. Intercept. We can probably turn intercept on. Browse. Image GIF. And we can do .. temp. And this file name, let's call it shell.gif. Okay. Let's just access shell.gif. And we finally have a shell to this box. There is another way if you didn't want to use metasploit at all. If you go to GitHub Bludit, another good way to find vulnerabilities is always going to the GitHub page, going to the issues, looking at closed. So I did is closed and look for upload. And you can see a bunch of upload vulnerabilities. So one of these is a way to get code execution, maybe this one. And this, I think, is explaining everything we just did, including dropping that HTAccess. So this is the one the metasploit script was probably created off of. It looks like they're not changing the UUID here. But, yep, it's another way to look at it. With the shell in the box, let's get a good shell. So I'm going to do which python -c import pty spawn bin bash. Then background with Control-Z, stty raw -echo, fg enter enter. And then I'm going to export term is equal to xterm. So now I can do Control-L to clear. And we can look at files. So now that we're on the box, let's go and look at these folders. We have Bludit 310 and 392. I'm going to look at the 310 version first. Just because that's the newer one. Let's see. Find.grep user. And it's a flat file CMS, which means there's no database. The database is just PHP files that are probably going to be JSON. So let's cat this user's file. And this is how they do users on the box. Users on Bludit. So we have one hash here. So I'm going to go here, v hashes. This is going to be hugo. And let's go up one directory, Bludit 392, cd. There's no database directory. Is that where we were? Cd bl content, databases, cat, users. Let's see, this is Fergus and administrator. So we already know Fergus's password. So administrator. I'm going to still add Fergus's password though, even though we know it, because this could come in handy in order to know that we get the hash algorithm correct. So I'm going to cat hashes, and we're going to count the words of this, or the letters, wc-c, 40. So this is probably going to be a SHA-1 sum, I think. echo test SHA-1 sum awk print 1 wc-c. Yeah, this is a SHA-1 sum probably. So let's copy these over to Hashcat, and then we'll try cracking them. So I'm going over to my machine. I always crack hashes on a machine that's not my main computer because it's a CPU intensive thing, and it's always nice to do those on a computer you're not actively using. So we'll call this Bludit, and then we can do /hashcat -- example hashes grep-i SHA -b5 for before, and we want to see just probably SHA-512 raw. Let's see. Oh, SHA-1 sum, I think it was. Let's just try grep SHA-1. Is SHA-1 sum here? Let's see. SHA-256. Let's see. SHA-1. Mode 100. So vtest, I'm just creating a file real quick, and this is going to just contain the one thing that we know is the password, or we'll put these 4 or 5. We can do /hashcat -m100, the hash file, which is hashes bludit, and then test, which is a dictionary. And if this cracks Fergus's password, we'll know it works. And I'm going to do -- username. And did we crack any? Doesn't look like we did. Cat test. Roll in des chain. We should have cracked it. So maybe this is not the correct mode. Let's just go back to the box and make sure we have everything correct. So Fergus, here's the hash, ends in C7, cat hashes bludit, ends in C7, begins with BE, Oh, there's a salt. So this could be a salted hash, which would explain it. Is the other one a salt? cd bludit 310, bl content, databases, cat users. There's no salt here. So it's weird. Let's just try cracking this anyways. So opt wordlist rocku.txt, and we'll see if Hugo actually cracks. Maybe specify a rules. S64. And we actually get it finally. It is password 120. So we can go back to our shell and cd/home. Hugo is a user. So we can su Hugo, password 120. What is LA? I did a typo of LA and it did a LS. What? LA is not a binary. I don't know what's happening there, but anyways, we're Hugo. We can do a sudo-l password 120, and seeing this is weird. Hugo may run the following commands on Blunder and pretty much everything but the root user. And a while ago, I remember a CVE of sudo, which was like a underflow that you could execute code as this user even if he's got that. So maybe sudo underflow this. Let's see. Does this have example? So here's that. Yep. -u hashtag to do a user ID instead of name, -1. So we can do sudo -u -1 bash, and we have escalated to root. So that is going to be the box. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you all next week.